Hello everyone, I am Preet and welcome to Relevant Myths. Mahabharata is a very complicated and complex text. It has layers and layers of dialogues and philosophies in it. It is story inside a story inside a story. So if the text itself is this complicated, how the text was created and narrated is also bound to be complicated. So in this video, I will explain to you how the Mahabharata text was first created, what were some of the first narrations of the story, and how it slowly became available to common people. So let's begin. This is the time when the great war of Kurukshetra between Pandavas and Kauravas was over and Yudhishthir was ruling Hastinapur as its king. One day, when Krishna Dvaipayan Vyas, or just Ved Vyas in short, was meditating in the Himalayas, he had a vision where Lord Brahma himself advised him to write the story of the Kuru kings as he had seen it unfold with his own eyes and so was the best person to write it. Vyas agreed to write the story but knew that the task was really tough, so he needed someone extremely wise and intelligent who could help him with the process. Lord Brahma advised Vyas to approach Lord Ganesh for the task. Ganesh agreed to write the story but gave a condition that he didn't want any break in the process, so Vyas would have to continuously keep speaking, and the moment he would stop, Ganesh would go away along with everything he would have written before. Vyas was a bit perplexed but countered with another condition that Ganesh would have to understand the meaning of each and every line before writing it down, which would thus give Vyas some breaks in between when Ganesh would be thinking. In those breaks, Vyas would rest and his wife Pinjala would serve him and give him food. The process began and both Ganesh and Vyas started quickly advancing the story with Pinjala sitting there along with them and serving Vyas. The process continued for a long time with Vyas speaking and Ganesh writing. The story was so long that the divine pen which Ganesh was using broke. But he couldn't just stop writing, so he himself broke one of his teeth and started writing with a tooth instead. The story was completed after quite a while, and in the end, he had written Jaya, which is the name of Ved Vyas's original Mahabharata, and all the 18 Puranas. Vyas was happy and content with the work. One other thing had happened while Vyas and Ganesh were creating the story. While Vyas's wife Pinjala was also present during the story creation, she was pregnant and thus the baby inside her also grasped the entire story while in womb. So the baby was born with complete knowledge of the Mahabharata and the Puranas. His name was Shuka. After some time, Vyas narrated the 8,000 verse Jaya to his disciple Vaisampayan when he was under his tutelage. Around the same time, news came that Hastinapur's king Parikshit had been caused to die of a snake bite in just 7 days. Parikshit was really nervous and scared, and he invited all the great sages to somehow save him from his eventual demise. He was so terrified that the ministers invited Ved Vyas's son sage Shuka to tell some stories to Parikshit in order to calm him down. Sage Shuka thus narrated the entire Bhagavad Purana to Parikshit, which is primarily the story of Lord Vishnu's all avatars, specifically Krishna. Parikshit was delighted hearing the story and it calmed his mind also. But after 7 days, the snake Takshak eventually bit him and killed him. This death of Parikshit made his then 7-year-old son Janmejay very angry and he developed a hatred towards all snakes. When Janmejay became king, he organized the Sarp Satra or the snake sacrifice where he would kill all the snakes in the world. During the Sarp Satra, Ved Vyas's disciple sage Vaisampayan also arrived and Janmejay requested the sage to tell him the entire story of all his ancestors. Janmejay was a descendant of the Kuru dynasty, which was also called Bharat dynasty in the past. Vaisampayan agreed and narrated a 24,000 verse version of Ved Vyas's Jaya, now called Bharat. While the story was being narrated, a storyteller named Ugrashrava Sauti was also present there who grasped the entire story. Being mesmerized by it, Ugrashrava went on a pilgrimage to Shyamak Panchak, also called Kurukshetra, where the battle between Pandavas and Kauravas was fought. After that, he met a group of rishis under sage Saunak in the Naimish forest. Sage Saunak, after hearing Ugrashrava's travels, requested him to tell the story to him and his group also. Ugrashrava agreed and went on to narrate a 1 lakh verse version of Vaisampayan's Bharat, now called Mahabharat. Thus, the story spread from Vedvyas and Lord Ganesh creating it, to it being transmitted to sage Shuk, who heard it in his mother's womb, and to sage Vaisampayan, whom Vedvyas himself narrated to. Sage Vaisampayan then narrated it to King Janmejay, where Ugrashrava Sauti also listened to it and then further narrated it to sage Saunak and his group of rishis, who then spread the story around to many other people. And thus, the story of Mahabharat started spreading around. So, this was the video, everyone. Please like the video and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe to Relevant Myths and hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever my new video drops. Also, comment your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.